So with all of yesterday's drama and me having to intervene to keep the peace, this morning I look out the window and notice something that I thought was just funny. We had a good actual mating session between Boris and Peppa. I guess her persistence yesterday paid off today. I won't say it was a successful breeding session, but definitely they were mating. There was no question about that, and Pee-wee was right there. But I mean, it was crazy because I looked out the window and I seen her in their little hut, and I thought, boy, she's starting early this morning. And then I come out of the room, walk through the house, come back around the other window, and they were out of here, right here, and he was doing the deed. So we'll hope. So if we count today as a mating or a breed, we'll have to keep watch on her, because if he doesn't try or he continues to try, we know she didn't successfully breed. But I believe from what I seen, everything was pretty successful. He's still able to walk on all fours, so he's he learned to stay out of the way finally. Coke, we're going to have to keep watch on her to watch when she comes into heat. That way we can kind of keep a little bit closer record of that. Now, I've been planning pretty much since last year to take this and turn this back into corn. This is corn and squash and stuff down here, and then extend all this corn clear out through here over to right about where those dead trees are down. And I don't know if you can see the slope here, so it's a pretty good slope, and I want to try to avoid tilling this. And I had to last year for the corn, and the more I've read, the more I've researched, and the more YouTube I've watched, using this for corn and squash and stuff like that as a food source for the pigs, I think I'm just going to go more into the squash on the lower end, let them till this up until the end of April, and then I think I'm going to come in and oversee this with a good cover crop. And that cover crop is going to be like cowpeas or field peas, daikon radish, vetch, sorghum, Sudan grass, all of the good stuff that's going to help get good established roots in the soil to help break it up and keep it good and fertile, but also to be a nitrogen fixer. Hey, you need to go down there. No, you don't need to come up here and eat their food. You got your food. No, you got your food down there. Get down there. Go on, get down there. Go get your butt down there. You got plenty of food down there. You don't need to come up here and eat theirs. You heard me. And you're gonna listen, aren't you? Why would you? Now you gotta let him get his nutrition. You wore him out yesterday. You wore him out yesterday. Yes, you did. But using that as a cover crop, not only to help, make the soil more fertile, it becomes a great food source and a good wintering food source for the pigs. And I can do that with this meadow, this small little meadow, every year. And I'm walking along with her to try to deter her. I know. You're not happy with me. You're not happy with me, are you? Still my girl, aren't you? Still my girl, aren't you? Oh, get going. Get that big pig butt downhill. I can do this with not only this meadow, this small little meadow, but I can do it in the upper boundaries of the lower here where they were just come out of, and continue to push that down every year. And then in the middle field, and I show you guys that later in another video later on, I can do the same out there, and I can provide that cover crop each year seasonally. So I can do warm and cool warm and cool weather broadleaves, warm and cool weather grasses and stuff like that, with some legumes, with some radish, with some even turnip and stuff, as a food source for these guys, to allow more natural forage, less conventional feed. So I think that's the approach I'm going to try, at least with this up here, after they get this good and tilled up. So even though I've got a bunch of the corn, and I may just throw some corn in with it as I seed it, but I think I want to go with the sunflower and all the good cover crops and stuff that I've been learning about, because it's successful. Every aspect, every application, and pretty much every place, including up into Canada, the far northwest, everywhere that they're doing it, even down south, North Carolina, Iowa, all the Dakotas and stuff, it's all working. It's working fantastically. So I think that's something I think I'm going to really kind of pursue this year and get into and see what we can do to provide that extra nutrition for these guys. Because a big growing boy gonna need it, aren't you? You did it again, didn't you? You a happy man, huh? Oh. never thought with pigs. What a critter. But so that's where we're gonna go with that update. And even later on, I could sow some of that stuff out in the bigger parts of my yard to avoid, you know, having a lawn that I have to keep, you know, cut and maintain. I can do the same thing with some different types of grasses and stuff for my chickens. And I think that's what we're going to pursue. So considering that, and then with the, you know, hopefully getting the well, the spring development, the high tunnel and stuff, hey man, that'll put us on our way. So we'll keep you guys, I can definitely keep you updated with that as I learn more, as we try to put these applications into play here and everything like that. We're going to go that route, I think, because that seems to be the more sustainable, the more responsible, and probably the more economic way to go with things like this. So feed our critters good quality food that comes from the ground that they live on. We eat the critters that come from the food that grows on the ground that we live on. That's how it works. Stay free, get prepared, stay prepared. Take care. God bless.